Hello, let's jump into some tips and tricks that will help make your life easier. First up, we have the Tek Skiff. Have you tried putting shards in it to save element, but it will only hold 500? Well, let's show you how to get to 1000 shards in the Tek Skiff to improve fly time. Take all the shards out of the skiff and make sure you have 1k in your inventory. Then hit transfer all. It's as easy as that. Next up, to get leeches off, simply walk up to a tame or player and hold E down, then use the remove leech option. If you are alone, just make a campfire and put it down, and hop on top of it and it'll kill the leech. Did you know that when flying on a Quetzal, you can hit the X key on the keyboard for air brakes? This is super useful, especially when farming. Trying to gain some extra FPS while near or in a base with lots of dinos? Hit the backspace button to hide all names and HUD info. This will give you a boost in FPS. If you do not like losing your HUD, you can hit the end key to remove nameplates from dinos and players not next to you, gaining an increase in FPS. Looking to save space while growing vegetables? Well, you can stack large crop plots. It's fairly simple, and I find it easier to do in third-person view. Simply place a crop plot, then go to place another and line it up on top of the first one until it's green and in a spot you like. Then place it, rinse and repeat. When using a cooking pot for Rockwell recipes such as med brew, you will notice that when using wood it makes coal, which then takes your water and materials and makes dye. To fix this, use spark powder to make recipes within cooking pots to avoid wasting materials, or sit there and babysit it removing coal every time it makes coal. Needing to fill up crop pots with fertilizer, but making it with composting bins and dung beetles just takes too long? Well, there are better ways. One way is to have a buddy, or you can solo the toilet. Sprint around until you need to poop, then sit on the toilet and poop. Have your buddy flush the toilet, or you can get off and flush it, sit and poop again. You can do this infinitely, as long as you do not poop 2 times before getting off the toilet. Having a second person flushing the toilet speeds the process up. Another bonus is that you get an XP boost for a short bit while using the toilet, so combine this with running grinders to boost your XP and make fertilizer at the same time. If you do not know how to poop, it's the plus button on the numpad, or you can select it in the emote wheel. Want lots of fertilizer passively though? Set up snow owls in front of 1 to 2 gotchas, and the gotchas will pick up the snow owl pellets. Then you can swing by and empty the gotcha's inventory when you have time. Owl pellets can count as fertilizer. Another great use for gotchas is to set up 12 snails in front of 1 gotcha. This allows the gotcha to pick up the paste they drop on the ground. Unless they changed it, gotchas will eat paste. That is why you need 12 per gotcha. It keeps them too busy picking it up to eat it. If you weigh the snails down and put them on Wonder, you can also come by and empty 100 paste they make every hour or so, really ramping up your paste production. A trick to gathering honey is using the bear. You can put them on the back of a Quetzal, build ramps up to beehives, any way you can think of to get the bear to the hive. Bears collect honey from hives without getting the bees' attention, and honey lasts longer in a bear's inventory than any other dino or player's inventory. Speaking of which, if you have honey or wyvern milk that will spoil soon, pop it in your inventory with preserving salt, then when the transfer timer is up, upload your character with items that are about to spoil in your inventory. When downloading, the items that were about to spoil will be reset. You can also store them in your inventory while uploaded without them going bad. Just keep in mind items delete and upload after 24 hours. Also, sometimes items that have spoil timers, once they've been uploaded once, cannot be uploaded a second time. It just depends, so it may not work every time. Curious about how to see transfer timers without visiting an obby, drop, or transmitter? Well, thanks to Error69, we now know if you equip the Federation gloves, if you hit H on the keyboard, you can see the time until the next transfer. On a controller, use the select button, the left center button. Using a scout to check out enemy base, but the loud whistle gives you away? Well, have no fear. To avoid the loud whistle, once you've exited the scout and don't want to wait on the timer, throw it on the ground. Or even better, place it in the dino's inventory. This will end the timer and you will not make the loud whistle that everyone around you for quite a good distance can hear. When meat gathering with a Giga, did you know that the amount of meat you get per bite caps at 400 melee? So if you have a Giga that is for meat collecting only, bring its melee up to 400 and put the rest of the points into weight or speed to make gathering faster. Did you know that if you eat a rare flower, it aggroes almost every dino in the game? Of course, only the ones that are close to you. Unfortunately, it does not aggro Quetzals. Still, this is very useful for getting dinos that flee from you into traps, where you can tame them easier. Of course, with the nut gun, the rare flower trick may not be needed as much anymore. But this is one of the best ways to get a Tapu Jahara into a trap. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button. Have an awesome day.